Hello and welcome back to Inside the Man Cave. My name is David Danger88 and in this week's episode we are celebrating 70 years of Godzilla, one of the most iconic monsters of all time. That created back in 1954 and now 70 years later we're here in 2024 celebrating 70 years of Godzilla, and to celebrate we're going to showcase a bit of my Godzilla collection, and I can start things off with my Godzilla snow cone from Japan, where I picked up in Japan. And yeah, it looks cool. It looks like it's got the original Godzilla in there, or the original Godzilla look. Now, I love the Godzilla movies. I loved them when I first saw them as a kid and still love them to this day. And yeah, especially the newest Godzilla film that came out, Godzilla -1, that was fantastic. Definitely worth checking that out. But yeah, we're going to take a look at a bit of my small Godzilla collection from here in Australia, but also some of the Godzilla items I've picked up in Japan as well. So let's get this celebration going. Happy 70th birthday, Godzilla. So to start us off, we have the exclusive Godzilla 70th anniversary Funko Pop line. Now I only have one of them out of the collection, and I had to choose the original Godzilla and the black and white version as well. I think it came in also a bit of a grey version, but I got the black and white version. And this is, yeah, the original Godzilla from 1954, and he's holding a plane as well, which is really cool. And then you got the side view over here with the 70 logo up there for Godzilla. And then we have the other ones that we've got in, but I might get the Godzilla 1984, but we also have Shin Godzilla over here and Godzilla 1999, so we've got a few different Godzillas. And then you can also get the Mega Godzilla, the big jumbo one, but I just don't have the room for that, so I'm just happy with this smaller one. It gives you a bit of an good view there. So let's not waste any time and open the Godzilla 70th Anniversary Funko Pop. So here is Godzilla out of the box, and he looks pretty good, I have to say. They went into such great detail, yet again Funko does. So this is of course the original design. You've got the scaly head things. You've got they've put in his ears, because yeah, the original Godzilla actually had ears. Then they've got his tail that looks like they've got the atomic breath lighting up, and holding an aeroplane, and then even like the look of his sort of smile, but his teeth look pretty accurate. So I think they've done a really good job. There's quite a lot of weight to this Funko Pop as well. Even for this is just the normal size Funko Pop, it's got some weight to it. But yeah, I think they've done a pretty good design, and what they do. Because even with the original Godzilla, he was very much in the shadows, and plus he was filmed in black and white, so you really couldn't see all the detail to the original Godzilla, or the original Godzilla suit. So I think they've done a great job, and even adding the plane in is a nice little touch there. So there is the 1954 70th anniversary Godzilla Funko Pop.
It's big and terrible. More frightening than I ever thought possible. I can hardly believe what has just happened. Neither man nor his machines are able to stop this creature. Nothing can save the city now.
Godzilla Thrillathon continues on TNT.
Next on this 70th anniversary special, we're taking a look at my Japanese Godzilla DVD collection. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot because here in Australia and a lot worldwide, it's so difficult to get any Godzilla movies even on DVD or Blu-ray. So I don't know why that is. Maybe it's a rights thing with Toho or anything like that. But I would just love a full 4K box set of all the Godzilla Japanese movies all in one. Maybe there is one in Japan, but it's definitely not here in Australia. So unfortunately, I only have the Showa era of Godzilla on DVD. I think it's pretty much complete. I will get the other eras at some point, but this is the Showa era I have, and it comes with the first Showa era Classics Volume 1. Now this was in Australia. I don't know if this box set was anywhere around, and it features not all but some of the Showa era Godzilla movies in this lineup. So we've got the original Godzilla over here. We've got Mothra versus Godzilla, which is not actually the second Godzilla film, but I've put it in here. We've got Invasion of the Astro Monster, Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, a Son of Godzilla, and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. There's just a mix. Now, I don't know why there were other ones weren't involved, because I know there's the sequel to the original Godzilla film, then I think there's also Godzilla vs. King Kong. That wasn't in this collection, maybe again rights or something like that. But yeah, we'll just have to see. These are all in DVD, so no Blu-ray unfortunately. But we've got the original Godzilla there. We have Godzilla versus Mothra. Then a shot of Godzilla Invasion of the Astro Monster, which is sort of the appearance of King Ghidorah, or Ghidorah. We've got Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, the sort of lobster that Godzilla's fighting. We have Son of Godzilla, which is a very wacky sort of style Godzilla film, and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters in the first set. So it's still a nice mix. One's definitely good to have the original film on DVD, but again, it would be great if there's like a Blu-ray or even a 4K version. If it was in Australia. I don't think it is, but it would be great to have it. So that is the first set, and then of course we have the second set over here of the Showa Era Classics Volume 2, and again doesn't have every single one. So we've got Godzilla Destroy, Godzilla All Monsters Attack, Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla vs. Mega Godzilla, and Terror of Mega Godzilla. So at least I like the artwork they've done. I think these are the original posters, so they've done a great job putting it together. But again, it's not all the movies, because I've got I think there's 3 movies that are missing that I've got separately, and then I think that's the complete era of Showa. I could be wrong, but I think it is. So over here we've got Destroy All Godzilla All Monsters Attack, with a cool shot of the Godzilla, the Son of Godzilla. Over here he's got sort of the weirdly wacky sort of 70s version of Godzilla vs. Ghidorah. Yeah, a weird wacky one that one is. We have Godzilla vs. Gigan over here, Godzilla vs. Megalon, And then we have the era of Mega Godzilla with the Godzilla vs. Mega Godzilla and Terror of Mega Godzilla, which I think was like a direct sequel. Because Mega Godzilla was quite popular when they had brought it out. So that is the second set for the Showa. Now I've got the set. There's three movies missing in the Showa ones that weren't in those box sets. So we've got the direct sequel to Godzilla, which Godzilla Raids Again. So it kind of explains in a way why there is another Godzilla, because something happens to the Godzilla in the first film. Spoiler alert, he does die. So there's like, how does he come back in all these Godzilla films here? So this film sort of explains it. And this also has sort of some English subtitles and Japanese. It's a Japanese film version, and it's not too bad. And these ones over there, they do have, some of them is the like dubbed versions of the English versions of the Godzilla films. But I always watch the Japanese versions with subtitles, because that's what you gotta do. So that is Godzilla Raids Again. Then I have the ultimate blockbuster, that is King Kong vs. Godzilla. What a film. This is the original, not the original that started the big franchise of the fighting techniques of Godzilla and King Kong versing each other. But this film was wild. I remember, I think King Kong like hitting Godzilla with a tree or something like that, and Godzilla going flying. There's some crazy, wacky things, but it's a very enjoyable watch. It's a nice one, and it's the first time. I think Godzilla. These two, like the American versus Japan in some way, of King Kong versus Godzilla, and the first time meeting the two blockbusters. So it was a really great thing to see, and now they've done like King Kong versus Godzilla a few times now in the American version, but this is where it all started with the Japanese. Then the final film that I have separate is Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. So I think this takes place after Invasion or before. I can't remember, but this is sort of I think this might be the introduction to Ghidorah. We also have Mothra helping out as well, and I think Rodan is in it as well, if I can remember. That's some really cool black and white shots over there. And then it's pretty cool. This also comes with the slideshow of the movie posters as well, and some biographies and everything like that. But it's a nice little set from the Toho Masters collection that I got imported. So that is just my short but sweet Showa era of Godzilla films. Again, not the biggest DVD collection, but they are very hard to come by here, at least in Australia. I was hoping maybe a big box set would come out for the 70th anniversary, but I don't think so now. But it's still cool to have these ones, and I will definitely pick up somehow the other eras for the 90s and 2000s of Godzilla.
This is the police! Show yourself, Godzilla!
Guess who's coming to KFC?
Wow! Godzilla!
Stomp on into KFC and get an action toy with every kid's meal. Off of $4.95, get a state-of-the-art Godzilla roaring hand puppet.
Look, it's Godzilla!
Yeah. It looks pretty hungry.
See the movie, then get the toys at KFC.
Now, believe it or not, this head figure is actually Godzilla, but from the 90s American film of Godzilla. This is very cool. It's from my childhood, from 1998. The Godzilla puppet toy, I think it was maybe KFC or McDonald's, but I think it was KFC. Finger puppet. Now, and then you could put your hand in there and move his mouth, and I actually think he actually made sounds and everything like that. I can't fit my hand in there now. I'm an adult, so I'm not a kid anymore. So for something back in the 90s, this was actually pretty, for a kid's toy from like a fast food restaurant, this was pretty cool. And there also was another Godzilla you could pick up as well, I think like one of his offspring or something like that from the film. But this is the Godzilla from the 90s toy. But yeah, so we're gonna look back now at my trip back when I was in 2017 in Japan, and I picked up a few of these Godzilla toys. So we'll show, before we get to the montage, I'll take you a trip back to my time in Japan with Godzilla in 2017. So here is my Godzilla toy collection that I picked up in Japan in 2017. So we've got a mixture of different Godzillas. We've got the original Godzilla right there. And then we've got two of the other Godzillas, I think from the 2000s and from the 90s. We also have the big Godzilla up there from the Showa era, and Mega Godzilla, the original Mega Godzilla, and the newer version of Mega Godzilla over there. So yeah, it's a pretty cool set what I've got. Yeah, that is the original Godzilla, and he looks menacing, very similar to the Funko Pop in a way, but this is the original Godzilla from 1954. We have here also, I think this could have been from the 90s era of Godzilla, if I'm not mistaken, but that is a 90s version of Godzilla. And then this is more of a 2000s sort of style Godzilla as well, than sort of newer. I think it was like Godzilla vs. Destroyer or something like that, I think, but I'm not. My Godzilla memories are going out for the newer films. And then we have the newer version of Mega Godzilla over here with all of his arsenal, and the older version of Mega Godzilla up here as well. So yeah, from the 1960s, from the terror of Mega Godzilla as well, and yeah, Godzilla vs. Mega Godzilla. And then we have, yeah, the original sort of Showa era of Godzilla. So this one sort of took over, I think, around when Godzilla vs. King Kong came in. that design from the original design that we have here to the more like 60s version. So that's more of the 50s version, and then we've got more of the 60s version. But that is just my little Japanese Godzilla toys. I think I picked them up in a very small Godzilla shop in Japan. And yeah, I just had to get these. A really cool set to have. And again, I love also this style of Godzilla from the Showa era to the newer eras of Godzilla in the Japanese style. And yeah, I just had to have a sort of this mini little collection. And the detailing actually in all of them are pretty good. Even the bigger piece ones that I would think are more for kids to play with, the design is pretty well. And then these are really good Showa pieces here to really put on display and everything like that. Well, there is my Japanese Godzilla toy collection. Next, on our 70th anniversary Godzilla special, we have these cool 70th anniversary blind boxes to open that celebrates Godzilla 70th. Now, we've got the 70th logo over there. And yeah, we've got 2 blind boxes to open, and you can get a multiple lot of different characters. Like we've got Godzilla, of course, Mega Godzilla, we've got Mothra over there, we've got Rodan, we've got King Ghidorah, we've got even Hedra over there. So we've got quite a lot. Now, I forgot some of these other names. I think that's Destroyer. That's another version of Godzilla as well. But yeah, a cool little mix of different ones, and I think that's Megalon, if I can remember. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the names. I hope I can get maybe King Ghidorah, would be cool. We've got 2 of these blind boxes to open, celebrating the 17th anniversary, so I think as long as I don't get a double, I hope I don't get a double, because that wouldn't be fun. And we're going to try and do this one-handed as well, but of course you've got the black thing. Now, whoa, this guy is big. Alright. So, I don't feel 3 heads, but I could be wrong. Any guesses before I open of who you think is in the bag? Alright, well, I think we're going to try and open it up and have a look. Alright, so we've got the bag open, and I've had a little sneak peek, but I don't know who it is. And it's a Godzilla. Yay! But which Godzilla is it? Is it the... Let me have a look here. I don't think it's the original one. But yeah, I have to work it out. But unless it's the son of Godzilla, but I don't think it is. Do you remember Manila? I think his name was. It's green. But it's still a cool Godzilla. I think it actually just might be number 1, I think. As far as I'm looking at this, I think it's just the first one off the rank. So, yeah, in a little greenish color. But that is definitely Godzilla for the first blind box opening. So we were able to get the first Godzilla on here, which is a really cool thing to have on the list. So it's a sort of greenish style Godzilla. But this is our second box blind opening. We're gonna have a look. I'm hoping it's not another Godzilla, unless it's a different one. It'd be cool. But I'm hoping maybe for a villain, or maybe an ally of Godzilla's as well. Would be kind of cool. So let's open this up without ruining everything. And the bag does feel different. It's not as heavy as that one. Any final guesses to which one? It feels smaller. But let's open this up and... Alright, so I've got the bag open without trying to have a little look at it. And wow, we have Mega Godzilla. Wow, we not only got the first Godzilla on here, but we got the second one as well. That is unreal. We have Mega Godzilla here, so that is pretty sick to have both Godzilla and Mega Godzilla from both of these blind boxes. And I couldn't really You know, I didn't think that was going to actually happen. I just thought with my luck with blind boxes, when I ever get them, it's always doubles or anything like that. But that is cool, the first and the second one in this collection. So that is cool. That is my Godzilla blind box opening with the first, I think, Godzilla. I'd have to think what Godzilla they're basing that on. I'll have to do some research. And then of course that is Mega Godzilla as well.
臨時ニュースを申し上げます。東京湾から上陸した巨大生物が銀座方面に向かっています。
あれはゴジラ。
我々しかこの国の未来を切り開くことはできないんだ。
ゴジラは差し違えてでも必ず仕留めます。ゴジラ-1マイナスカラー。
Finally, on our Godzilla 70th anniversary, we have this special Godzilla 70th anniversary medallion from Toho in Japan. This is really, really cool. Now, I was able to somehow get my hands on it, and it's a limited edition worldwide, so to 1954, so that's when it actually came out, so that's how many copies there are. It also comes with a display stand, individual numbered, and an art card included from Toho. So this came out, I believe this year, but yeah, it is pretty sweet. I was able to pick it up and get my hands on this limited edition 70th anniversary medallion for Godzilla. So as we open the packet, you get the first card that is the original poster for the 1954 Godzilla. So that is pretty sick on a sort of cardboard lens, but it is the original poster. And then we have the medallion itself with, I'm pretty sure that says Godzilla on it. I could be wrong, but that is the fantastic medallion, and if we can take it out gently, there it is. It's got some weight to it, but yeah, that's very impressive. And there is the Godzilla one, and if you can see, it's number 16 I have worldwide. So that is number 16 out of 1954 copies. And then over here we've also got the display stand. So there we have the limited edition Godzilla 70th anniversary medallion, and I have number 16 in the worldwide out of 1954. And it looks great. It's a very heavy silver medallion, and you've got a really good look at the Godzilla, and I think it's the original design of Godzilla from 1954, because you can also see his ears and everything like that, and you've got the title for Godzilla as well. And this looks stunning. I am so happy to have this in my collection. I love the Godzilla films, and it's just so great, beautifully prepared, looked over, and yeah, the original Godzilla movie poster to be added into that collection as well. So that is a nice little addition, and the Godzilla stand is quite flexible as well. It can hold it really well, and it's pretty easy to put together, and it's a really nice collection piece to have in your Godzilla collection. Well, we come to the final closing section of the 70th anniversary special for Godzilla. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, and I hope you guys liked my mini little Japanese Godzilla collection, and of course the blind boxing. What are the chances to get the first and second blind boxing with Godzilla and Mega Godzilla? Was pretty unreal. And then yeah, hopefully I can build up on my DVD Godzilla collection, but the medallion takes the piece. What a piece it is. It's fantastic to have in my Godzilla shelf in the man cave. Well, thank you for joining me. Happy 70 years of Godzilla. What a milestone. Toho and all the Japanese people should be very proud of what they have created and brought so many joy of what, came out of something horrific from the World War to now, loved by everyone that is within the Godzilla community. So, thanks for joining me on this 70th anniversary special of Godzilla, and I will catch you guys in the next one.